So hello guys, it's the man BFP4F here once again, back at you with another gameplay commentary. And first off, this video was suggested by RakketyTam. I hope I pronounced your name right. He wanted to get the Shoutout pack, but he didn't know how the Scattergun is, so he asked me, can you please do a commentary on it? And of course, I will do that. Now in this gameplay I do have some really awkward moments, like at the beginning I was doing really well, I was going like 7-0, and then suddenly I get a problem with your connection and I just die. And then I just humiliate two campers, so it's a quite entertaining gameplay in my opinion, because it's with the Scattergun. I mean, the Scattergun is a secondary, and actually I find it quite fun to play with this. This is not my account, it's my friend's account who had the Scattergun. Thanks to him for letting me use his account. But when I use the Scattergun, I really feel like like James Bond, because you have to really flank the enemies. And if you have the Scattergun, I really recommend you try and go Scattergun only, because it's really fun to do and you get quite better at the game actually. Because you really have to think about how you're gonna approach each situation. Because the Scattergun is quite a bad secondary, it's not the best. The Scattergun is actually the potentially the highest damaging secondary in the game, but the thing is, it's a shotgun, so the potential damage that it can do is when all the pellets of the shotgun hit. So what Scattergun does is when you shoot, it shoots like 6 or 8 pellets or something, and what happens is those pellets, they all do like 15 or something damage or something. And what happens is, if all those pellets hit, you will have an instant kill. But the thing is, a lot of times it's a shotgun, so it is quite inaccurate. So a lot of the pellets don't hit, and because a lot of those pellets don't hit, you won't necessarily kill the enemy. So that's why you need to be in close quarters with this weapon. If you try to go medium range, you don't even bother, because you won't kill the enemy. But if you are just close range, this weapon actually can be quite fun to use, because if you're close range, close to the enemy, what will happen is you can just one-shot the enemy and just use like a shotgun. But this is almost knife range. Keep that in mind. You need to be quite close range. And here's the thing that happened. Yeah, I was quite pissed when that happened. But back to the weapon. It is a good weapon to have, and quite fun actually. I don't have it permanently bought because it is quite lame. You can only buy it forever, not rent it or anything. And I already have a lot of secondaries, so I don't need this weapon. But it is quite fun to use from time to time. But you do need to be close range, because as you saw right there, he was quite close range, but still 2 shots didn't even kill him. But if you're quite close range, like most of the kills that I will get, if you just stay in that range, you will have a fun time with this weapon actually. Because one-shotting enemy with a Scattergun is really fun to do, because if you like shotguns, then this weapon is will be quite fun for you, because I mean, it's at the moment it is the only shotgun that you can carry in your secondary slot, so as a shotgun. And first of all, I really like the way this weapon looks. I mean, I really feel like a cowboy when using this weapon. Like, it just looks really nice. But if you're using this gun, a little tip: don't just immediately shoot both pellets. If you know that it's about not the range that you can one-shot with, don't just shoot one, then shoot two. But if you are at the range that you can get one shot with it, then by all means just get that one shot with it, because this weapon has a really long reload, and that is what's gonna get you killed. Because after each 2 shots you will have to reload your weapon, and that can be quite frustrating, because a lot of times, even if you shoot 2 bullets, you won't necessarily kill the enemy, and because you don't kill the enemy, you have to reload the weapon. But since you have to reload the weapon, and it is quite slow reload, you will have quite a hard time, because of course the enemy will kill you unless you knife him or something. But using this gun as a primary, you really need to pay attention to everything and plan out your tactics, because this weapon is really close range, and using this weapon as a primary, you'll really need to like know what to do, what ways to go, and what not to do. For instance, right here I got one shot kill, but then the other one didn't die because for some reason the pellets did not hit and I got killed. But this weapon it is unlocked, I think, at level 20. It is unlocked at level 20 for 3,999 funds. You cannot borrow the weapon for a day, and you cannot buy it for a day even. And because you can't do that, this makes it quite a hard decision for some people to get, because they cannot test out the weapon. They need to buy the weapon permanently in order to just experience it. And that's why he asked me to do a review on the weapon. And my friend had it, so I used it on his account. The weapon I would recommend, if you want to buy it, I would recommend buying it for a recon. Recon or something like in... actually only recon, because it is really good at close range, and the recon kind of lacks in close range, so that gives you quite an advantage. And not really an advantage, because Scattergun isn't really that good, but it is really fun to play with from time to time. I mean, if you use it, you'll know how fun it is to just get kills with it. And if you kill people, they get quite pissed off when you kill them with a Scattergun. Just like right there, just got a one shot, and that feels really satisfying when you get a one shot with it. Currently you can get the Scattergun also from the top up gift, but then it's not called a Scattergun anymore, it is called a Nosferatu. Basically what the Nosferatu is, it is exactly the Scattergun, but only it has a different skin on it. So if you already have Scattergun and you want to get a Nosferatu because you think it's different, then don't, because it's exactly the same, just with a different look and a different name, of course. But the weapon is fun to use, as I said a million times in this video. So if you are quite experienced with the game and you know how to use the weapons, you know when to use the weapon, then by all means get the weapon. But if you do not like it when they are like, when you really need a good secondary that you can also use as a primary, then by all means do not get the weapon. And I was quite surprised to actually get this gameplay with it, because the weapon isn't really that good, and to use it as a primary and go this score with it is actually quite satisfying. And actually it was my first game of the day with it. Something quick about the iron sights. When you're using this weapon, don't aim down the sights, because the iron sights are horribly misaligned, I think. And the weapon is, in my opinion, even more accurate when fired from the hip. And it is even faster to fire from the hip, so just don't aim down sight with this weapon. And I did get one knife kill and one kill with my sniper rifle. But what you want me to do in that situation? I did not want to die. But still, this video is coming close to an end. So hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay commentary, and I'm out.
Not even the ground. RakketyTam.